Christmas! How's it going? Welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Hope you're all well. It's after Christmas. It's the day after Boxing Day. How are you? How are you? Thank you very much for tuning in today. I have a brand new mug that I got for Christmas. It's from my mum. I really wish it said something like, "Do not disturb, I'm gaming" on the back. So we're just going to pretend it does. It definitely doesn't say, like, Team Xbox. It should say, "Do not disturb, I'm gaming." But how is everyone? Welcome to coffee time. It's Sunday morning. It's 10 AM. We'll never miss a coffee time. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. If Christmas Day decided to be on a Sunday, then we'll do a coffee time on Christmas Day as well. The train doesn't stop. But how is everyone? Hope you're all well. Hope you're all doing good. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate it. If not, I hope you had a wonderful Friday as well. How is everyone? We got Razzie, we got Beanbag, that's on Des, Freelancer, Ginger's Dave. We got the Wit, the One It. We got Steve, Obsec Tactics 2, Electric Boogaloo. We got Grimgar, we got No Beef Just Party. How's it going, bro? Good morning. Pretending to do work while having a brew and watching coffee time. The perfect crime indeed. Patrick, how's it going, buddy? Tom, hello Tom, how are you? Merry Christmas. I've still got your Christmas jumper here, by the way, which I noticed this morning, which you're probably not going to be able to wear this year. I've decided this is the last day that I can wear a Christmas t-shirt before I stop wearing them, so because unless I do anything, I might maybe wear one live tomorrow at a push. That'd like be like a real push. After that, it's like no chance, you can't do it anymore. It's illegal. It's like 2 in the morning for me. Well, Teo, it's the best time to have a cup of coffee because I bet you shattered. Freelancer, who's painting what then? Auto bikes for me. Nice, dude. I'm going to paint my Blight Kings later today. I want to get those all finished up so I can use them as possessed. And then I'm going to 3D print some, like, little base adapters because Blight Kings are like an AOS unit and they're on 40mm bases. But then possessed in 40k are on 32mm bases, so I've like put them on 32mm. I'm gonna like 3D print some little magnetic rings to stick on them to make them the right size when I need them. So that's what I'm gonna be working on today. But what's everyone else working on? I'd love to hear it. I hope you all got some cool hobby swag, whatever you call it, on Christmas. Hope you all got some nice presents. If you didn't, then that's cool too. I didn't get any hobby swag because I'm terrible at not buying it when I want it. I like to just as soon as I want it, that's it, I've got it. So people don't buy me Warhammer, I tell them specifically not to. Patrick says he's got a Silent King to start building. Epic, dude. What a great model that is. I really, really want them. I'm going to finish the Spencer army first, and then I'm going to treat myself to a Silent King. But I haven't started painting any Spencers. So it's not going well. Hands up if you're still in bed. I wish I was still in bed. I might sound a bit cloggy. I've got to start showing some cold symptoms, which isn't. It's not that, okay? It's just a cold. But I've had a cold for the past few days, so I think this is the first day I'm actually recovered. So Christmas Day, it was a real shame because we made all that food after the great battle, and then me and George didn't really eat any because we both got a cold. So. Morning, Stuart Hayes, the Mank Turner, and General Ravengard. Hello, Misfit Kev. How are you, buddy? And Steve, Iron Hands. He painted some Iron Hands today. Nice, dude. D Stonks painting that new Orc new Stonks. Nice, dude. That Gitzog or whatever his name is. That was pretty cool. I like him. Finally started to paint the Silent King as well. Everyone's working on the Silent King. I am left out big time. Working on some Sisters of Silence and enough money to start a Thousand Suns army. Ooh. What you think? Tell me your army. Tell me what you're gonna put in it. I didn't get any hobby swag. I already have enough. Yeah, big mood. Got a load of Hobby Zone drawers and racks. So my hobby desk, put them together now. Yeah, they look really cool. Like the modularity of them is really good, and the fact that you can stack them on top of each other, and they just look so slick. They look so slick. Morning, Mikey. It's still working on my 15 Grey Knight Marines. Nice, dude. Notices your clump of grey models behind your shoulder under the desk. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. That's the Spencer. That's Spencer's little hideout. That's his little cave. The spiders live in cave, except for in Lord of the Rings. I don't know. Where do spiders normally live? Just in a hole. Well, that's Spencer's hole, right? Don't look at him. We need something to put on there to hold it. There we go. Morning, Stallions. Good morning, Science Pie. How are you? No swag here. I thought I'd wait for GW's Boxing Day sales. I think you're going to be waiting a long time. Built my Helverins. Built my Helverins and Servo Turret, but weather atrocious for priming still. Oh, that's a shame, dude. Yeah, there's been a storm. Like, I live on the top of the valley. There's many valleys in Sheffield, so I live on top of a valley, so when a storm's hit, it's like... just bought 5 more Vanguard. Oh, we got Super Chat, Mr. Tank Roberts.
Please use custom
Thank you very much.
instead.
Use custom
Merry
fields
Christmas,
instead.
everyone.
Merry Christmas, Tank. Thank you very much for that £5 Super Chat. Let's get some hype in the chat as well. Thank you very much. Really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it, man. That's very cool of you. Thank you very much. How are you? How are you, mate? I'm going to take this down now because it's actually really annoying me. For some reason, I can't see the Twitch chat. So I apologise if you're watching on Twitch. Twitch says no one's watching and the chat's not coming through. Actually, on either channel. That's kind of annoying. Give me a second, boys. Give me a second. I'll sort it. I'll sort it. Restream decided to have died. We're streaming to the right place, but we just can't see any chat. So now I'm going to have to watch myself twice. Good morning, Wooden Spoon, Wargaming, Uncle Fatwig, and Moon Tyrannid over on Twitch. For some reason, the chat isn't loading. I was like, that's a bit weird. Why is no one popping up? And then that's why. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I am live on both on twitch.tv/Hellstormwargaming and on youtube.com/Hellstormwargaming at the same time. So my mum's just texted me. She says, Christmas ends on January 6th with the Epiphany, so technically Christmas jumpers and t-shirts can still be worn until January the 6th. Well, thank you very much, Mum, who's tuning in from home. Let's get some hype for my mum, because she's an absolute legend. Can't wait for Mikey to paint the space clowns. Oh, mate, I'm so nervous. They're still at Dan's. They've arrived at Dan's. They arrived, like, the day after the stream. And I'm just nervous. I just don't want to do it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Obsec Tactics has Magnus, Iron Man, Demon Prince, 4 units of rubrics, then a Demon detachment with a Lord of Change and 3 Burning Chariots. You saucy devil with the Lord of Change and Burning Chariots on top. Yeah, it's a really cool list, man. I really like it. Currently building World Eaters with Lightning Claws. Very nice. They are really, really strong. Really like them. Des, I can see you. I can see you now. I can see everything. I'm the overlord of this channel. I can see everything that's happening. My mum is watching Moon Tyrannid, yeah. She watches every Sunday. It's the only one I've convinced her to watch because she tried watching the Battle Report and didn't get it. But when I'm sat talking to the camera, it makes more sense. And even then, it doesn't make sense. Because one day I'll be talking about how someone's a dickhead, and then the other day I'll be analysing Death Guard Math Hammer, and she just won't get it. I know you're a chef, like, of course I am. Yes, I am. Still painting Smurfs. Keep meaning to move on and paint other, but meaning to move on. I did not read that correctly. Can I start again, Des? Appreciate it. Thank you, mate. Let me start again. Hi, Des. How are you? Still painting Smurfs. Keep meaning to move on and paint other stuff, but marine releases keep me painting blue. Yeah, like they've released so much stuff for Space Marines, but then they've still not finished releasing stuff because there's no multi-part Eradicators, there's no Blade Guard. I really want some more Blade Guard, if there isn't any, I can't buy them. There's the character as well, which I've got a really cool video idea for, and he's not out, the guy with the Hellstorm bolt rifle. Just watching to make sure you have clear underwear on. I do have clear underwear on. Thank you for checking, both Wooden Spoon Wargaming and Mom. Christmas 71890, good morning, how is it going? She watches on YouTube, matey. She watches on YouTube. Everyone's hyping for my mum, so I appreciate it. My mum is a queen. There we go. Beanbag says, Merry Christmas, Tank. You maybe want to start Space Wars. The Space Wars are very fun. JW, is that a Die Hard reference on your shirt? Best Christmas movie? Yes, it is a Die Hard reference. Now, I have a bolt rifle. Ho, ho, ho. But it says Hellstorm. You see it there? It says Hellstorm, little small. We did it in a grey jumper. It's the first jumper we've ever produced, and I really like it, and that's why I was a bit sad when I was like, this is the last time I'm going to wear a Christmas thing, because because it's a really comfy jumper and I like wearing it. And then Georgia was like, you can wear it around the house, and I was like, no, I cannot. It's not Christmas. The problem is as well, if I keep wearing Christmas t-shirts in videos, when I record them and release them like a week later, that might not be before the January the 6th mark, so it won't be. It'll be out of date, so it'll be terrible. So I'm probably going to take the Christmas tree down because I'm recording tomorrow with Danny. We're going to do World Eaters versus Necrons for YouTube, which will be really fun. We're going to try and get that out before New Year because we are like 40 subscribers away from 20,000. 40 subscribers away from 20,000. I'd love to hit it before the end of 2020 so I can be 20,000 in 20,000 millennium thousand. Yes. I'd like to hit 20,000 in 2020 because I think that'd be really nice. But yeah. New Space Tools Army should be here shortly. Looking forward to painting all that grey. Nice, dude. Loads of people started Space Tools. They are really strong, and they're really good. They're really fun as well, and you get lots of choice of units, which is nice now. You get even more than you used to get. So, Thomas Backhouse, morning man. Hope you had a great Christmas. Using my new coffee machine to join you on this fine morning. Well, good morning and good coffee. Do not disturb. We are gaming. Moon Turded says, I can do what I want because my mum said. It is true. That is the rules, you know. You'll get PTCD, post-traumatic clown disorder, from painting all those. I think I'm going to, like, find a stencil. I'm going to order something from the US. I'm going to overpay for it. I'm going to pay, like, £500 in shipping. I'm not really, but I'm going to pay a lot of money in shipping just to get, like, a stencil for the clowns, I think. What do I think to the new box set, Dark Eldar vs. Sisters? Well, I think someone called it the Indominatrix, which I found hilarious. And that was in the chat. I think that was Captain Apopheles or whatever his name is. I can't remember now. It was like, oh, at least 20 minutes ago. But yeah, like overall, it's a good set. If the price is good, if it's like 120 quid, you're not going to be interested. If it's like 100 quid or even less, like 95 quid, since it's not like a big box, I think it's a decent set. I was actually thinking about getting it because I don't have, except for the Venoms, I don't have any of the Dark Eldar stuff because I don't have any Witch Cult, I think they call it. So Lilith would be quite cool with a little bit of with the witches and the what do you call the guys with the wings in Dark Eldar? Scourgers. I don't have any Scourgers, so all the stuff that in that box for Dark Eldar, as an already a Dark Eldar player, I don't actually have anything. 190 retail separately. Yeah, I heard that too, because I know if that's like kind of making up the prices for the characters, because obviously they aren't out yet, but they've like taken an average, because I know Paulie did that in the Dark Eldar group. But yeah, I think it looks like a good box. If you play Sisters and Dark Eldar, it's a no-brainer. If you play just Dark Eldar, if you can split it with a Sisters player, I mean, it's not. If you don't play Sisters, it's not a great starting point because you don't really want like. Well, the Immolator's decent. The character's really good, but you've probably already got the other stuff. Whereas with like, as me as a Dark Eldar player, I don't actually have anything because that army is so wide. So I'm not 100% sure if it's great for a Sisters player outside of the character, which is a Lieutenant, which is just like no-brainer. You want one of those. You probably want two. I have a load of diamond stencils if you need something. Well, if you let me know where you got them from, or we can work something out, then yeah, I'd be very interested, because I've got 1,400 points of Harlequins that are due at my door that I really don't want to pay. Tank was like, when are you going to paint them? I was like, I don't know. When the book comes out, leave me alone. And he was like, you need to paint them now. I was like, no, I'm not gonna. It's not happening. I don't want to. I'm gonna delay it for as long as possible. But I did think, because like the lads were like, you could build it up now and start playing, and then when the book comes out, you might be good at them. But I was like, the thing is like, I don't want to build an army like building it from scratch. It's all on sprue, right? I don't want to build it and then Games Workshop go, okay, here's the new Codex. Every gun that you've stuck on each model, you need to take them off now. You need to put something else on. That is like my worst nightmare. So I was kind of thinking with the Harlequins is wait until the book actually comes out and then start building, and have like a my Road to Harlequins video series or something. I don't know. I was watching crap on YouTube. I saw a video of someone who knows nothing about 40k but was interested in what it is and what the universe is set and what it's like. I think it would be a good suggestion. You could do an intro to 40k for people who know nothing about it. Well, that was kind of our thinking with the Lorehounds podcast, which hasn't died. It's just Elliot's been busy with work and stuff like that. But the Lorehounds podcast was kind of like that. It's kind of like, it's going to be like little bite-sized chunks of things about the 40k universe, and then we were going to tie it into like how to play as well. But that was like literally like how we were thinking about doing it. Hey Forge Breaker, how's it going? And appreciate it, Tom. I think started the hobby in the year, have lots of bits, but nothing of one to play a game. If we're allowed, still struggling on which direction to go. Yeah, it's the obviously this is the worst year to get into Warhammer gaming. If you want to get into the hobby, it's the best year to get into the hobby, but it's worst time to get into gaming just because you can't. But maybe in a couple of months we're back to normal or some sort of normality. New box set is alright. I've been thinking of starting both times, so I guess now is the time. Exactly about 99 ninjas, so that's a perfect time. Ire, how's it going? I am catching up with the chat, I promise. I want to quickly run through. Did I miss the new Lilith hate? No, I'm not hating the Lilith. I think the Lilith is lovely. Mike, do you have an Orc army? We have an Orc army here. It's actually Neil's, it's not mine. Diddy Quinn's army went a bit mad. It was glutton for punishment. He did a Gloomspite army in Titan as well. He obviously hates himself. I'm trying to skip through just so I can catch up with the chat. It's just gone without me because I was chatting. If you need stencils, buy nail art ones. They're a fraction of the price of any modelling stuff available locally. That is a good idea, Mr. Yes Meatballs. That's not quite what I mean. Think a more higher level overview of setting rather than the lore itself. And also touching on it being a miniatures game and the spread of the IP. Yeah, maybe. It's something that it's one of those things that it's like you have the idea, but like to get that idea of a video onto paper, let's call it, is always like the hardest thing. So you're like, this is a great idea, and then you just don't know how to actually make it a thing. Good tactic, don't have a paint scheme with diamonds, makes it less stressful. This is also true. That is something I kind of want to avoid, but there we go. Lots of 1mm magnets to magnetize all your Harlequin's arms. Do you hate me? Do you want me to die? Is that what you want? You want me to die of drilling Harlequin arms? No, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. There's like loads of... They're so spindly and little. I'll just break them all. It's like... You get like 5 melter guns and I'm just going to like end up drilling a hole straight through them all. Yeah, it'll be really bad. It'll be really bad. Good mate bought Diachasm. Dan bought Diachasm the other day as well. Well, he got it for Christmas, I think. I really tried getting into Warhammer Underworld and I just didn't vibe with it. I like the models, I like the concept, but the other concept of having to buy every single pack to get all the cards really annoyed me, and it's a reason why I fell out with Star Wars Imperial Assault a few years ago. Just because if you want to play, then you can just play with the stuff, but if you want to play with friends, then you kind of get into this weird thing where you all have to keep buying all the packs to get all the cards. Well, you don't want the models, you just want a specific card. Like, Imperial Assault and X-Wing did it really badly where they were like, okay, here's a really broken card in a narrative-based model that you're never going to use. Also, it's £100. So it's like, well, like, you know, like $140 or something. It's like, no, get out. I'm fed up with this. So it's just, like, stuff like that, like, really annoys me. Like, that sort of, like, mindset where it's like, you just buy everything just to get some cards. And it's like, nah, I'm a head out. No one notices what Harlequins have, what gun Harlequin have. The other way you can screw up is giving them swords. Yeah, it's just, what if they make the swords really good? What if they go, oh yeah, the sword's like +3 strength and flat 3 damage, and it's like, I've got kisses and caresses on or whatever they are. I want more Lorehams. We are going to bring more Lorehams. I said, Elliot's been really busy. It's obviously been Christmas. I've been busy myself. So we like planning on doing the final episode of the 3-part intro. the supposedly 40-minute episode became 3 1-hour parts. We're gonna be like recording that sometime in January and then releasing it towards the end of January, and then going into like a more traditional release rate. But it's been really fun. It's been really fun to record Warhams, and people seem to really vibe with it. So that was kind of like the main thing. And it's fun to record. And it's really relatively easy to put out once it's recorded, just a little bit of mixing and then it's done. So like we've been really enjoying it. So, but it's Elliot's thing. It's Elliot's spearheading that project. So I'm kind of just the producer of it. Elliot's like the director. So if he's busy, we can't record type deal. Rather than it being my thing where we can cut. Obviously, without Elliot, it wouldn't be the show. But I also wouldn't want to take that from him. It's his thing. So. We're doing patrol games at the minute, which are fun, but I need hobby challenges too. Yeah, like the models in the mod routes are really nice, and they're nice little kits to like have a little bit of a taster of that army as well. Shall I build a big mech with mega armor with a teleporter blaster or custom force field? You should always build it, if you don't have one, with a custom force field, because it's just like a no-brainer. So always custom force field if you don't have one. If you already have one, then maybe you can start looking at other stuff, but that's like your first go-to. Obviously, if the Codex comes out and changes that, I'm sorry, but currently that's the way you should go. Magnetai Chikari with 2x1mm magnets, tiny as well. Yeah, exactly. It just sounds gross, to be honest. It just sounds gross. I don't want to do that. I just want to stick them on and be good. Fantasy Flight did that with X-Wing. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's with the Tantive, where they put C-3PO in there, Tantive 4. And it was like, C-3PO is a ridiculous card that to play competitively, you need. Because I didn't really play like, I'm going to win a tournament, but I used to play in tournaments a lot just to play. Because that was the best time to try and play with other people, is tournaments and events and stuff. And then they go, okay, you need C-3PO, and he's in this £120 box or whatever. And it was just like, no. I'm just going to go play with my friends again. Because like what I tend to do with games is like most people, but I imagine like most people, especially in Warhammer, that like when I start playing a game, I'll play with my friends a little bit, but then that won't quite be enough. So I'll start going to events and stuff just to play more games because I enjoy it. And then obviously you get to meet new people and meet a bigger player base. But with like X-Wing and like the Fantasy Flight games, when I was playing them, they just like screwed you because it was just like you need to spend 120 quid on a box. Just for one card. But yeah, they have lost the IP to Atomic Games, or the guys who are making Crisis Protocol, the Star Wars, the Marvel one. Is it Atomic Mass Games or something like that? Now, the Marvel game, whilst I never actually got around to playing it, was a really good game. I think I played it like once, so I didn't end up selling it. But it was a really good game, and they're a really good company. They're also better at providing stock. Because Fantasy Flight, I think Atomic Mass Games are based in, I might be wrong now, but I think they're based in Europe, whereas like, or they have factories in Europe, whereas like Fantasy Flight were all in the US, so when there was no stock, they had to ship it from the US, which always caused issues. Whereas if it's in Europe, especially now, like everything happening with the deal and stuff like that, it should be easy to get stock over, so there shouldn't be issues with like shops just running out for months on end. Because like when the Millennium Falcon came out for X, people don't care about X-Wing history, but when the Millennium Falcon came out for X-Wing, it went out of stock for like 8 months. You know, can you imagine like Mortarion coming out and being available for like a week and then not being available for 8 months? Can you imagine that? Like, imagine if Eradicators came out, or like another good unit that's coming out for 40k. Imagine if that new Death Guard character came out, or the Lilith. Oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good comparison, but like Games Workshop just released crap at the minute. Imagine if they release a good unit for like a week, and then after that they don't release anything. They don't have another one for 8 months. Can you imagine how terrible that'd be for Games Workshop? Has Elliot been busy because he has a second job as Santa at Christmas? Not the real one, he's fitting down any chimney. I actually have a chimney either. But yeah, he's been busy because he's at university and stuff like that. You're the producer, he's a massive virgin. I'm just slightly virgin, that's all. I never understood why you needed cards for X-Wing. I always saw them as reference cards like the new app system. I've not seen the new app system because I wasn't like in it when that came out. But then competitively, you always had to have the proper cards because like printing cards just feels bad. So you've been busy, doesn't Georgie do all the behind the scenes work? Yeah, she does, to be fair. She's good. I did the same on one of C3PO. Nice. Thoughts on the list below? Primaris, Master of Sanctity on bike, Reaver Lieutenant, Kazara Khan, 5 Incursors, 2 Assault Intercessors, 10 Intercessors, 5 Play Card, 10 Vanguard Vets, 2 Throwing Outriders, 1 times 5 Inceptors, and 1 times 2 Vets. It's pretty good. I actually really like it. I actually think it's quite funny that the Outriders are probably the weakest part of that list. I'd swap those for more Blade Card, maybe an Impulsor as well. But it's a good list overall. So yeah, if the Incestors have auto-bought rifles, I don't know what's on your Vanguard, but I presume it's Lightning Claws with a couple of Thunderhammers. But yeah, I think the Outriders are actually the weakest part of that list. So I'd go for more Blade Guard, an Impulsor maybe, or more Inceptors. So they had the boat status on their availability page. Is that the Millennium Falcon reference? I think so, yeah. Make sure there's 10 Intercessors. Yeah, I have auto-bought rifles. Heavy Intercessors. Imagine the tears the rivers would flow. Yeah, so like that was ridiculous, wasn't it? You know, they broke X-Wing when they brought out 2nd edition. Did you ever play with the app? I never played with the app. No, I got out of it before that. Yeah, like they haven't even released Heavy Intercessors yet. Imagine if Heavy Intercessors came out and then weren't available for another 8 months. And they just said, oh yeah, they're on the boat. Like, thanks. Thanks for that. just like, not a terrible company, just a terrible handling of stock. And it's like the Millennium Falcon. Like, I still have the Millennium Falcon. I don't even play anymore. But I still have it because it's the Millennium Falcon. Like, are you mad? I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm going to buy the Millennium Falcon whether I play that faction or not. Like, why would you not to make more? It's the same thing happened in Imperial Assault with Boba Fett. Like he went out of stock for months and no one could get him, and it's like Imperial Assault was like a 28mm board game version of Star Wars, and it was just like, why would you not produce more? It's Boba Fett. like, are you mad? Would the Outrider speed make them beneficial? Yeah, but the speed's decent, don't get me wrong. But like the Inceptors have more guns, so they're probably a better shout. I'm not sure on the points difference though. But that's why I'm kind of suggesting the Impulsor as well, just so you got a bit of a block that you can move up where it's not all infantry based. But that entire list is core, right? So everything will benefit from the characters. So maybe you could look at a Judiciar as well. The Judiciar is a good shout for a very heavy combat army, sorry, to slow the opponent's army down. So you could look at that again. Like when I look at that list, the Outriders are the weakest part, but they're like very hit and miss because either they get targeted and then shot down very quickly, or they get ignored and then they do really well. But I've found they get targeted a lot more, and like you could say that because they're targeting the Outriders, then because they're targeting the Outriders, not targeting other stuff, which I agree with. But at the same time, do you want them to like focusing down on stuff, and which you don't want them to have that luxury of knowing what to shoot. When you're building a list, you want to confuse your opponent. So that's the way I build it as well. I have multiple threats, so they don't know which one to go for. The vets have shield and claw and a single hammer in there. The Incest of Altaborro side of his face. Yeah, it's a decent list, JW. I really like it. It depends what you're playing against, obviously. But I think that's a really tough list. So I actually really like the look of Vanguard Veterans. I'm going to be playing as Blood Angels. So I'm really excited to like get some Vanguard Veterans built up. I'm going to be going over some of the lists I'm thinking about taking to the Las Vegas Open, if you saw that video, which is going to be a really, really cool event. All online based. It's going to be really, really fun. If you did see the video, then as I said to everyone who watched it, I'm going to be like, I've got some list ideas, so I'm going to write those down, put them into a video for premium. So join Small Board Gang today, so you can watch that. That's going to be coming out in a few days, I'm hoping. And yeah, it should be really fun because like I get to submit a list, and then if I win with it, my list goes on to claim the glory, and I don't necessarily have to play it to the end. Hey Mikey, glad to see you're well. I am just about well. I've got a bit of a cold, that's all. Just bought myself 20 Terminators for Christmas. Whoa, bad boy. Gonna make myself 10 Bloodraven Terminators soon. What would they thematically be equipped with? Thoughts? If you wanted to look at a thematic building for Terminators, then you'd have... you'd basically look at... whenever I want to be thematic, I look at Dawn of War 1. So you'd have a unit with all Fist and Storm Bolters, Power Sword on the Sergeant, and Assault Cannon as well. And then you'd have a unit of 5 with just Thunder Hammers. Thunder Hammer Storm Shields. The Sculptors would love to go out for 8 bombs. They would be rolling in money. Yes, they would. Exactly. Yeah, but hopefully, like that's always been the problem with that company. They just never got stock out right. How did you never get into Scourges and Witches and Scourges? Yeah, I don't own any, so I have like loads of Cabalite. I have mainly Prophets of Flesh, like the Homunculus Coven, but I don't have anything else. So I don't have any Witch Cult. So, excuse me. Yeah, I agree that the Outriders aren't the best part, though. Building White Scars without backs kind of makes me cringe. It's like, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's one of those, it's like, where do you stop? Where do you draw the line at, like, being the most competitive you can and also staying true to the army? And, like, yeah, keeping the bikes is one of those things. Excuse me, 1 second. It's not what you think. It's just cold. Dare you play the Gretchenelli army for the Nopen? Well, the thing is, we still play with models. So if I was playing on... I'll be honest, if it was a TTS or Tabletop Simulator tournament, I probably wouldn't be playing. But if I was, then I'd take something ridiculous like the Gretchenelli army. But we are playing with models. So, 1, I don't own them. 2, my back. And I don't own any crew. So, but hey George, how's it going? Thematically, Bloodraven Terminators would have been stolen, not exactly. Exactly. Oh dear. Yeah, I got an Indomitus set and a Blood Angels Combat Patrol for Christmas. Nice, nice. A good set. The Blood Angels Combat Patrol hat doesn't have, like, any specific Blood Angels in it, right? Doesn't have any. It's a great box set just for Space Marine players, not necessarily Blood Angels, which is hilarious. I'm building some true scale Vanguard Vets at the minute. Gone for a Fist and Shield on Sergeant, 3 with Twin Claws, 1 with Claw and Shield, all with jump backs. Nice, dude. That's really cool. That is cool, yeah. So I want to build 10 Vanguard Veterans. I was thinking 2 with double Lightning Claws. Well, a Sergeant with a hammer, and then 1 more hammer, and then a bunch of Lightning Claws with shields, and then a bunch of Chainswords as well. Just keep them cheap. I can send you some. I don't want them. Please leave me alone, crew. I just my back is already hurting from the idea of running crew. I am at 100 Death Water notes so far. Each 10 mana is converted to the same chapter, so 10 Blood Ravens, 10 Minotaurs, trying to theme them each with these chapter weapons. Nice, Josh. Appreciate it. That's really cool. I say I've been seeing that army slowly build up, so it's really cool to see. Here you've got 100 Terminators. That's really cool. And a good mate. Hope you're good other than the cough. It's not cough, it's a cold. I've just got a blocked nose, which is like, you know, when you, yeah, gross. Peter says, looks like it's time to finally break out the 9 spider list. Spencer will ride again. Oh, I didn't even think of that, but I could definitely paint 9 spiders in time. Okay, I might have to do a poll in the premium group. Necrons with 9 spiders or Blood Angels. That would be really fun. Spencer's first outing to the Las Vegas Open. Yeah, that could be really fun. Oh, I'm like thinking about it now. I am good thinking about it. I am thinking about it. One and all, I'm also finding lack of marine releases annoying, so I start building up some Deathwing and their box set is out of stock. It's pretty typical. Good after the day of Christmas. Good morning, Plexi Waffle. How's it going? JW, last question. I swear, questions are fine. This is what live coffee time's all about. It's just to throw questions at me. That's literally what I'm sat here for, because I enjoy talking about Warhammer. So appreciate it. World Eater tell me, is there a place for a chain axe plus commie bolters and a few chain fists in there? Is it lightning claws or bust? The lightning claw, because you're strength 5, the lightning claws seem like the most obvious choice. Like, chain axes are decent. They're a lot cheap. The thing is, it comes down to points. Like, chain fists are really good, I think. Lightning claws on that sort of unit are really good as well. So it basically comes down to points. If you need to drop something, then dropping a lightning claw to a chain axe isn't a terrible shout. It obviously makes that unit worse, but it isn't a terrible shout. Whereas lightning claws seem like they do seem like the obvious choice for, like, if you want to buff this unit to crap, make it red butchers, just like put lightning claws on it. So yeah, I played Deathwatch, so I'm completely satisfied with them. Nice, dude. Mikey, now I've passed my credit check with you. Do you want any of this Necro stuff? So DM me if you want any pictures or anything. I can call or text me anytime. Thanks, you, Ventress. Yeah, sorry, obviously it's been Christmas, so I've just not really been on my phone at all. So I am meaning to message you back though. Appreciate it, dude. Going crazy with my Eldar conversion project, now going for a full 3D model for printing instead of just torsos. Want to get the proportions better and reduce squatting. Yeah. Thank you. I have fresh coffee. Is it just coffee? You want me to go and drive later?
I'll have it then.
You have that. Tis the ceiling to put Bailey's in coffee. Tra-la-la-la. Or we could walk around.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Alright, bring me my coffee back. I mean, I don't drink on stream. That'd be ridiculous. This is just a cup of coffee. Thank you very much. I had to change my mug for the don't disturb my gaming.
Cool.
So what about this mug, guys? We've like got 2 mugs today. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You alright? Good. You're talking very quietly so the microphone don't pick up. Okay. You don't need to do a poll, Crons all the way. Why would you ask us? That won't help you win. I mean, I don't think I'm going to win anyway, but I think submitting the list, because if he gets loads of people tuning in, I'll be the guy with the 9 spiders. I'll be that guy, and everyone, I'll go down in history. People will write my name on the wall and be like, remember that guy with the 9 spiders in that ridiculous event that was all online? And that'll be me. I'll be famous. Famous. Morning, Pale Jam. How are you? I'm good. I've got a little bit under the weather. Got a bit of a cold, but yeah, I'm all right. How are you? How are you? Been painting the minis from the new Aliens. Another glorious day in the core. Nice, nice, dude. What loadouts are you to aggressors? I play Blood Angels. I would probably. They're a little bit expensive, we'll say. But because you're playing Blood Angels, you're probably gonna be advancing all the way up the board to maybe Flamers. The guns are all right. Not being able to shoot twice is pretty terrible, but they're still a good combat unit. So. Flamers because you're going to be quite aggressive with them, or bolters if you think you need the range. So it totally depends on what else is in the list because it's such a tough unit to play with now. You should build some lists and let us vote on which list you take to an open. Okay, so what I'll do is on Premium, I'll come up with 2 lists, one for Blood Angels, one for Necrons, and I'll let the community decide. But it will be on Premium. I'll let those lads decide. But yeah. I could build that late. I could paint all the Spencers in time because they're relatively quick to paint. So, hopefully attending a narrative event in West Wales once Nurgle's plague bugs off. Then I can run 3K Terminators in one giant ass team game. I prefer fun to competitive, but competitive is fun. I agree. Yeah, competitive is fun. It's not the only way. Would you like to contribute to the controversial discussion regarding Lilith? What, everyone moaning because the paint job's not very good? Like, get over yourself. There you go, that's my contribution. Get over yourself and paint it better yourself. Like, fucking hell, it's just a face. Why do people get so mad about these things? Like, oh, the skin tone is blah, and the face is blah, and it's like, it's just a model. If you don't like it, put a helmet on it. You know, give her a cool face mask if you don't like her face that much. You know, it's just a model. Like, who cares? Like, if you don't like it that much, don't buy it. But you will buy it if it's good, and then you'll stop complaining about the face. It's not directed at you, John, who asked the question. It's directed at the Dark Eldar community who's complaining about a face. Got my second Redemptor rescued from eBay, fixing him up, painting him real good. You give him that good, you paint him real good. Yeah. You tell him how nice it is. Battleground good warrior. You were tickling him with your little hot whip, are you? Are you? Oh. Beanbag, what's a tip for painting Morty? I know to leave the wings and smoke off. Anything else to leave off? So when I painted him, I left off I basically had the legs and the body as one piece. Because the armor you can paint all separately, and then the hood was basically separate as well. I can't remember if you can leave the cape off the back, but I'm pretty sure you can. So I pretty much painted the body, which is the legs and the body, as one piece because it's all armor, and I painted the cloak all separately because that's all cloak. But the main thing to leave off is the little nailings on the chains. Leave all of the chains off. You don't need them. Just leave them off. Put them on at the end. But yeah, that's how I did it. So it's like one chunk of body, and then the cloak, and then the wings were separate as well. Ginger Steve, so Mikey drinks at 10:30 while his mum watches. I'm just drinking coffee. No worries, Ventress, appreciate it, man. Thank you for, like, the problem is with me is that I'm very bad at keeping up with things. I'm very one-track minded, so like something else grab my attention, I'll forget. So thanks for like checking up with me, I really appreciate it. But yes, I would love another spider. My mum doesn't know how to use a live chat, so she said, don't worry, Ginger Steve, there will be a reckoning. So she's reading. She's watching. 9 Spiders is your new gangster alcoholic name. I think that's all I need to do, 9 Spiders. Yeah, do 9 Spiders might get you that extra 70 subs. Well, I hope we hit it before then, because that's not until the end of January. Let's have a look how close we are. How close are we to 20,000? We must be like 30 away or something. I'm gonna have a look now. We're very, very close though. Very, very close. We are 35 subscribers away from 20,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed already, or if you have an extra account you're not subscribed with already, please subscribe. Thank you. Albert Angels, kind of legit the strongest chapter. They are one of the strongest chapters, yeah. They're really good. Going against the community, going to get yourself banned from more Facebook groups. I mean, they ban me for anything these days, so why not? I got banned for sharing a fisting in a Blood Angels group once, so terrible. Hey, when will the next Marine Codex supplement drop? Especially the Imperial Fist one. So, Thomas, the Dark Angels one is the next one to drop, and that was due in January. But the fact that Games Workshop are delaying releases due to basically production issues, the Dark Angels one is probably not going to come out until February now, or maybe even March. We don't know what's coming next. We just know that Death Guard are next, and Dark Angels is due. So they'll either go Death Guard, Dark Angels, then a campaign supplement, which they've already announced, or they'll go Death Guard, campaign supplement, and then Dark Angels. That's kind of like the order. The Imperial Fist one, the one that is already on the shelf isn't getting updated, so that one will work with your new codex. Granted, it has a load of FAQs, so half the book isn't even right, but that is the most up-to-date one. So the ones for the other chapters which are already out aren't getting replaced. The ones that didn't have a supplement but had a codex are getting a supplement to go with it. So you basically have the new Space Marine Codex, and then you have a supplement for Ultramarines, White Scars, Raven Guard, Iron Hands, Imperial Fists, and I think that's it, and Salamanders. which were already out. They came out last year with the last book. They work inside with the new Codex, and then you have the new ones such as Space Wars, etc. Do I become that guy? Oh, where's it gone? Do I become that guy with 60 silent plasma in 6 Valkyries? Yes, you do. That is the guy you become. Welcome. Fully agree. The Dark Elder group is so toxic and full of crying adults. Yeah, it's just like, I don't understand. Like if you don't like it, then paint it yourself and see if you can do it better. Like, and if you can't do it better, then maybe the model's an issue. But also convert it. Like, you're a hobbyist. Deal with it. Yeah, maybe want to get one thumb, a circle of green stuff on her face, and then draw a smiley face on it. Weird faces have been a bit hit and miss, but good paint job goes a long way to fixing that. Yeah, exactly. Like, Games Workshop seem to be like, I don't know if they just don't like painting women's faces, or they're being rushed to paint them, but they've not been quite hitting the mark with some painting on certain faces anyway, so... but I mean, I won't be like saying that paint job shit, because I can't paint that well. So, it's all good. Dark Elder groups were a bit crazy Christmas Day. It's true. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why everyone's just going mental, and it's like, it's just a model. You don't like it, change it. You know, I don't like the Canoptic Spider's price, so I built my own. You know. Stephen will bring you Blood Angels anyway, and you might get Blood Angels from Tabletop Titans. Spiders are the perfect counter to that. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. They haven't said they're going to be limiting people's factions, but there's only 16 players, and like Blood Angels are the best ones. So it's either I try and go with Blood Angels and have the Necrons as a backup, or I just go straight in with Necrons. So, because I know Richard from Art of War might take Necrons as well. He'll probably take the Silent King. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm excited for the Sisters Drakari box set. Also hoping for combat patrol boxes for both as well. I imagine they'll probably make those patrol boxes or something similar. All Canoptech lists will be really cool. Just no reanimator. No point. Rubbish. I subscribe with 3 of my accounts. Well, I appreciate it very much. You are a legend. You are Small Board Gang. The real Small Board Gang. Space Marine chapters. Weakest to strongest. Go. Okay. That's a tough one. The 3 new ones are in the top. They're going to be the top 3, but I don't know. Probably Blood Angels first, and then Death Watch and Space Wolves next to each other. These are from the best. Then it's probably going to be Iron Hands are still really strong. Then Ultramarines. Then Salamanders. Then again, Salamanders are really good with Eradicators, but if they get nerfed, so then I'm going to put them higher. Let me try again. Blood Angels. Death Watch and Space Wolves next to each other. Then we're going to go Salamanders, Iron Hands, White Scars, Ultramarines, Imperial Fists, Raven Guard. That's my list. There you go. And then Templars that I forgot about because I don't have a book. I'm literally looking at the list over there. That's my list. That's how I would rate them. The reason that those chapters at the bottom is because Imperial Fist Super Doctrine is basically useless now. Because like you don't really take many strength 7 weapons, you have a couple of large cannons, that's about it. Like storm cannons maybe, but you don't really run them anymore. So the best thing about them was 3 damage bolters, and they can't do that anymore, so they're pretty terrible. And then Raven Guard don't have any really good units to put up the front anymore. They don't have aggressors, they don't have Centurions because they're just too expensive. So Dark Angels don't really, they're getting an update, so I can't really like judge them. They're one of the top at the minute because of the Deathwing, but I don't think that's going to transfer over to the Codex. So yeah, so I didn't rate Dark Angels purely because their book isn't out, but currently they're one of the strongest because of the Deathwing. Let's catch up. GW has told managers that they don't know when the Codex will be coming out, but they expect Dark Angel, by the end of February, potentially. Yeah, so they said they're going to release 1 book a month. I imagine what they were actually going to do is like 2 books every 2 weeks to make it a lot quicker, but they're going to do 1 a month, which is actually really slow for Games Workshop in recent months, but obviously there's the production issues. And then they're hoping by March they're going to go back to normal, so they'll just, I reckon from March, it's just going to be 2 codexes every 2 weeks. It's going to be essentially a codex every week for 40k, just to catch everybody up. But yeah, probably February, Chewy. Purely because of the production issues. So, what's this awesomeness? Morning, people. Good morning, Robert. It's live coffee time. It's Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month. It's also just after Christmas, so I've done no editing. You ever fake laughed and then laughed at your fake laugh? Because I just did. It's the end of the month, so every last Sunday of every month we do it live. And we just sit and chat. We have a natter, don't we? We have a good gossip about what we're thinking. And what we think. Dark Eldar groups are pissy, and they should stop moaning about painting. Games Workshop release schedule's annoying, but it's not their fault. And Raven Guard are pretty bad. That's this morning. That Sundays he was doing Loyalist Marines. Absolutely savage. Friend of mine plays Raven Guard. According to him, Raven Guard feel like an odd and mismatched bunch of strategies that don't really synergize well. The thing is with Raven Guard is they've been nerfed out of existence, and they got nerfed out of existence before 9th edition. So like the things that were really good at the time were like infiltrating aggressors, infiltrating centurions, etc. But now aggressors aren't as good, and centurions are way too expensive. So the problem is that all the things that they were good at doing, one, their book won't let them do, so they can't do it with other units, and then the units that were good to do it are too expensive. So, hey Lehman Ross, how's it going? I've just had 2 McMuffins. You gel? I am very gel, yeah. But I have a reindeer mug. Are you gel? It's got the letter of my name on it, so I don't forget. So are you gel? You better be. Better be gel. My speciality is extreme wheezing, laugh, then straight to dead serious. Like that. I should have done it with the zoom, shouldn't I? 1 second, let me just practice. Okay. Good morning, Metro Racer. How you doing? Blood Angels / Vegetarians are probably the strongest, and use the units in there well. That's it. Yeah, exactly. So like Blood Angels utilize a lot more very easily. They can. The thing is with Blood Angels is they make everything, because of doctrines, the guns are really good, and because of the better in combat, because they get +1 to wound, it just makes combat really good. So you find more units are better at doing more things, whereas a shooting unit is actually quite scary in combat in the same time. When you're building a list, if you're basically looking for units that are good at, when you're building a list, you're basically looking for units that are good at doing multiple things, such as a really good shooty / combat unit. That's what made Centurions really good, because they had a crap ton of bolters. The other thing that nerfed Centurions was they can't bolt a discipline anymore. But they had a crap ton of bolters, but then they were also insanely good in combat. And what Blood Angels do well is they make combat units even better, and they make units that weren't supposed to be in combat good in combat. And that's why they're so strong. That's why Flesh Towers are so strong as well. So, I'm glad. Yeah, I thought about Bloodies, but I kind of have a feeling that Bloodies won't be fun to play against at my local community. It might expel me. I mean, yeah, they're just really strong. It depends what sort of units you start taking. If you like min-max everything, then it's like, yeah, people are gonna fall out with you. But I mean, it's one of those things. It means it's Warhammer. It's always imbalanced. Apparently it's issues with shipping, not manufacture. I have no idea why that would be, or where the stuff is being made. Well, everything... The problem that Games Workshop have is that they manufacture everything for the Europe in the UK, and they manufacture everything in the US in the US. So getting stuff around the UK is fine, getting stuff around the US is fine, but they can't get stuff to Europe at the minute because of, the transition period ending in like 4 days, the deal not even being voted on yet, etc. Sorry to bring politics in it, but that is literally the issue. So because of Brexit, because they essentially put that out not knowing there was going to be a deal, because the deal wasn't agreed until like 4 days later, and even then it might not be up and running straight away. So they think there's going to be an issue with shipping from the UK to Europe. So rather than saying everyone in the UK can have their stuff but Europe can't have anything, they're just going to slow everything down while they get everything sorted. That's kind of like the vibe I've got. So they'd rather have everyone get everything at the same time, because it starts getting a bit feel bad when you have like, this country can have it today, this country can have it in like a couple of months when that when you know this shit settled, and then this country can have it like you know yesterday. So. Headphones warning. What did I do? Sorry, I'm not sure what I did. I got Yuletide for a new demon. What do you mean, Lehman? Gonna run hyper aggro Raven Guard list with infiltrating unit of aggressors to hold mid board, and then 20 Vanguard vets and bite chaplain pre-game move to push forward. 9 eliminators because they're probably okay in Raven Guard with born heroes and will range successor tactics. Yeah, like I think Vanguard Veterans is really solid unit in Raven Guard, but then you go, Blood Angels do this better. You know, they just the pre-game moves are nice. The deep strike in any unit's really nice, but they just like they lost their flavor. It just became like I don't know. They just lost all their flavor and they just became like a worse Blood Angels. And now they're all in the same supplement, on the same codex. It's just do what you like. Do you think Grey Knights will get a codex or supplement? And when they do get an update, do you think their position in the meta will change? Yeah, so Grey Knights will get a codex. 100% will get a codex. Everybody's going to get a codex. When that happens, no one really knows. Especially with them delaying everything. But yes, they will get a codex. I promise you, I will put 20 quid on it, okay? If every single codex is released and they say, that's it, we're going to start doing them all again, and they say, oh, and Grey Knights aren't going to get one, I will personally give you 20 quid. But yeah, they will get one. I think it'll put them in a really strong position because that's what Games Workshop want. But it's a guessing game at the minute because how they change stuff is so drastic these days compared to what it used to be, where it was kind of like tweaking or giving stratagems. Like now they're they're just not just tweaking stratagems, warlord traits. They're tweaking data sheets as well, which is like something that's totally new from what we saw in 8th edition. The last time everything got changed this much was when we went from 7th to 8th because it just didn't work in the new game. But now they're like, we'll just change anything. Why not? So. Makes perfect sense now you've said it. I've been trying to ignore Brexit unless I have a choice. Yeah, exactly. Same dude. It's just like, it's just a nightmare. There's a shortage of shipping containers with what are available costing twice as much open to the highest bidder. Right, okay. Yuletide is pagan Christmas. Well, Merry Pagan Christmas. Do you think they'll make Gorzag Git Stomper a character with his own rules and buffs? I can't see it. Because he's limited edition, right? If he's a limited edition, then they're probably not going to give him rules. They did that in Age of Sigmar and then they like nerfed them all out. Thank you very much, guys. I do see you over there. Appreciate it, buddy. Random one. I'm starting Blood Angels Primaris successor based on Angel's Resplendent Sang Priest that escaped to teach one of the new chapters. Do you think Angel Resplendent are succumbing to chaos? I've never heard of that successor chapter, so I'm really sorry. I don't know. If you ask me how competitive it'll be, I'll know. But I've never heard of Angels Resplendent. So actually, maybe I have, but I don't know anything about them. I apologise. Combat Wombat says, started Harlequins, Mikey. Haven't been this excited for an army in years. Oh, you've started Harlequins. I've also just bought Harlequins, so we can be like Harlequin bros. Let's go. And just hate ourselves at the end when we finish paying diamonds. What do you think they can do to save Genius to the cult in 9th edition? I feel like they need to remake everything about the army and how to play them. Yeah, that's a real tough one because Genius of the Cult don't have staying power and all the good units are really expensive. Again, it's the same issue that like Raven Guard have, is that they've taken everything from 8th edition and nerfed it and then not unnerfed it for 9th edition so that army still works. But everything else has kind of got worse at the same time because that army just doesn't work in 9th edition. So it's like they either need to make them better in combat, even though they're really good, or better at shooting, even though they're pretty good, or they need to make them cheaper, even though there's loads of them. If they made Aberrants cheaper and then made them quite good, and then a lot of the stratagems don't really do much, so they kind of like need a rework on the stratagems because a lot of them, there's like a couple that are just like obvious that you would always use, and then some you just never look at. So they kind of just need they do need a complete overhaul. So Every codex changes the meta by putting the new codex at the top of the pile, and everyone else drops down one place. Exactly, Ginger Steve, you got it. Maybe army-wide 6-inch deep strike. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Like, they need to make Cult Ambush good again. Don't really do much anymore. Oh, for sure, it'd probably be better as Blood Angels, but I pet them as Raptors, and I can't bring myself to play them as Blood Angels no matter how comfy I am. It's just a suggestion, Camelot. It's just a suggestion. Don't listen to him. Abhor the Witch is one of the few things really hampering Grey Knights at the moment. A guaranteed 15 points hurt. Yeah, that and Assassinate really screws down on Sons and Grey Knights. So they need like a secondaries overhaul for some armies, because that's the thing with how you can change the meta now. You don't just have to change the codex, you can also change the missions along with it. So if they got rid of like Abhor the Witch and Assassinate stacking, that would make those two armies really good again, because now you're probably not going to be able to max out both. But right now you can just shoot any unit and get points for it, and then max them out. So how would you fix Tau? Currently thinking that the Marklight mechanic needs a redesign and better obsec unit, stealth suits maybe, and build the Ghost Keel into a Tau pit unit. I think the best thing that they can do to fix Tau is to move, shoot, move again. The most annoying mechanic in the game from 7th edition, but I think they need that back. And they need to make battle suits vehicles, I think. So they can shoot in combat. Oh no, they can always shoot in combat, can't they? They either need to give them old fly or move, shoot, move. So basically they need to be able to fly out and still shoot, maybe at -1 to hit, or, you know. I think that'd be pretty good. That'd make them a lot better, so they can't get tied down as easily, because they don't want to be in combat ever. Or they need to make them where you can move, shoot, and then move 2d6 again. And jump out and, you know, just use terrain, like, really nastily, essentially. So I think that's probably the best way they can fix them. Give Grey Knight secondary where they earn VPs for each other as Psychers die. They'd max it out every game. I think they should have brought out codex from Marines, Chaos, and Eldar, and combined Xenos codex for what's missing, and then do a sub-faction supplement. The thing is I think that they've broken Space Marines down into separate supplements so well. The way that system works is really good. I think they should do that for every army. But how quickly they do that is like... The problem that they're always going to have is that I think they want to do that. They want to have, like... They want you, as an Eldar player, to buy 2 books. They want you, as a Chaos player, to buy 2 books. As a Space Marine player, they've already got us, you know? They want to get everyone to do that. But the problem is how quickly they can release that. Because if you think they do like 2 books a week already, and that's quite quick. Imagine if they're doing a codex and then 6 supplements for every single army. You know, that's going to be like 7 books a month at least. You know, and that's 1 army a month. That's 7 books a month, which I don't think they'll do. So it's just a bit like, I think they want to, but they just can't. So. I'm skipping the diamonds completely, but I'm holding out for self-hatred when the codex drops and fusion pistols are 20 points ahead when going down to D3. And that's why I'm not building my army yet. I'm going to wait for the codex, because they're going to get nerfed in some way. Opinion on the new Palatinate. Help me be a good Battle Sisters player. What? I don't even know what the Palatinate is. What is it? What is it? Palatinate. Is that the new character? Palatine. Is that how you say it? Is that, if that's a new character, then yeah, you want one. Because it's a lieutenant. It's really good. If that's what you mean. Psychic Sacrifice. Metro Racer just started collecting Vanguard after getting back into the hobby after a long wait. Well, welcome back to the hobby. That is Necromunda, right? I've never played Necromunda. I played the video game, didn't like it. I've never played Necromunda, but I've heard it's a really good game. I'm more of a 40k player myself. I dabble in Age of Sigmar as well, but pretty much 99% is 40k. I've been trying to play Tau this edition. They need overall as well. Yeah, they're just too much. So You okay? Your sound's a bit hot. Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold, so it looks like I've been coughing, but I've not been coughing. I've just been clearing my throat. But yeah, I've got a bit of a cold. It was terrible because Christmas Day, I just full of head cold, and I'm just like, it's Christmas. I've not been ill for 9 months, and now I'm ill. Someone in the supermarket breathed too close to me, probably had a mask on as well, and now I'm ill. So. How do you see Chaos Space Marines and Demons Super in the future? I think they'll be very similar. I think you'll be able to do something with like one keyword where you feel like Holy Zeech or Holy Nurgle. That'd be really cool. I always think they should have done that. I don't like how they just kind of crammed in the infantry and stuff from the Demons Codexes in the Chaos Space Marine factions. Like Thousand Suns have like Flamers and Zeech Screamers in there, and it's like, what can we do with these except for summon them? And it's like, why you make like a cool army where you can put why you make a cool army where you can put everything together, all the Zeech demons and the Thousand Suns, and get a benefit for it? I think that'd be really cool. How long are you streaming today? I am going to be going off in the next 5 minutes, I reckon. So, there's just lots of questions to get through, and I did see a message. I try and read as many messages as I can. It sounds a bit feel bad, but if you do super chat, I'm more likely to see it because it literally highlights in the chat. But I just scroll through and there's lots of chat, so I apologise if I miss any questions. It's not on purpose. Sorry about that as well. I keep kicking the camera. I need to get like a better stand for it because now I've just got like a tripod behind my desk, which I sometimes kick. So I apologise. Yeah, I did enjoy my sandpaper. Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's just I've been talking a lot and I've just got a bit of a cold. That's all. So maybe do the supplement as one book for containing sub-faction, a bit less lore, but the important rules to make things feel distinct, as in Faith and Fury, e.g. World Eaters. Yeah, that's the thing. When they put too much in, they don't want to fill the book out too much, so they end up like missing a lot. Because like the way that they've like increased like the amount of stratagems, the amount of relics and warlord traits in like in a Space Marine supplement compared to the Chaos supplement that came in Faith and Fury. It's just worlds apart. So I've won 7 on my last 8 games against Tau. For the 8th, we gave the whole army plus BS for free, and it barely made the difference. They're a terrible spot. I think they need move, shoot, move. Yeah, exactly, because they don't split up, and that's the issue. That's always been the issue. They don't split up very much. So I was a bit miffed with the new codexes. Thank you very much, Lever Russ, for that $1.99 super chat. Woo! I need your help writing fluff on my Red Corsairs. I'm the worst person to ask stuff like that. I will try and help, but I don't know fluff. Red Corsairs, naughty boys, naughty time. They're the Pure and Blackheart guys, right? Ginger Steve called me out there. I have lost my virginity, so I'm terrible at lore. I was a bit miffed with the new codex. It seemed a bit lore light, which I get, I suppose. Therefore, rules after all. I missed those individual pages on units and fluff. Yeah, they kind of skipped over those, didn't they, in the recent codexes, which is a bit of a shame. Or has he? I mean, Georgie are housemates, to be fair. I call her my housemate. Where do you think Tony stand in the current meta? Yeah. They're not very good. The only way you can run them is like 18 hive guards sat in a building and hoping you get some objectives in your deployment zone. Yeah, they're not very good. The problem is like everyone invested in Gene Stealers where they were really good, and Gene Stealers don't work anymore because they died too quickly. The meta evolved around them. The Swarm Lord's too expensive and can get targeted turn 1. I think the only way you can run them is if you go for a ridiculous meme list, like 3 Hierodrules, and then like Exocrines, and then Hive Guard, and then Ripper Swarm to grab objectives. That's pretty much it. So you can't really like. There's not much else you can do with them really, which is kind of annoying. Ginger Steve is right. That's the criteria exactly. Red Core says Loreham. Well, I mean, that is the reason we've made Lorehams, where we can talk about the lore. So when we finish the pilot of 3 episodes, it'll be like a voting criteria. So we'll put like a couple of like topics, and then we'll like open it up as well to let people submit their own topics. We'll be like, what do you want the next episode of Lorehounds to be? We'll do like a 30-minute episode on whatever you guys vote for. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. If your sub's gone up, I've been pestering my rather small gaming group. Shall we have a look? Did I leave it open? No, I did not. Oh, I'll have a look. Have we hit 20,000 yet? I'll press the meme button again. Everyone likes the meme button. Okay, we're 30 away. It has gone up. 30 subs away from 20,000. There we go. How would you go about fixing Tau? I think there is standard ballistical format. 4 plus 4 infantry, 3 plus 2, 2 plus 4 main characters. Yeah, it's kind of like what I've already said. It's like give them move, shoot, move, or give them old flies so they can fly out of combat and still shoot. Maybe a -1 to hit, kind of similar to Ultramarines. I think that's the only way they can get fixed these days. But they also need to nerf the Riptide and stop giving it 3 plus invulnerable save. That'll be gone. That'll just be gone. So no, you don't, Russ. Oh yeah, exactly. I've read that one. Get any good presents, Mikey? I got a few nice presents. I got a cool. Oh, it's gone now. I got a cool mug off my mum, which is great. I got, you know, fairly traditional stuff like smellies and socks and stuff like that. Me and Georgie didn't really do presents, but she did get me. For the weebs out there, 1 second. If there's any weebs in the chat, then Georgie did get me this awesome Neon Genesis print of Ava Uni 1, which is very beautiful, and I love it very much. I'm going to put this on the wall somewhere. But I was pretty chuffed with this. So yeah, so that was really nice of her. I'd like to be on an episode. I can contribute at least as much as Mikey. But yeah. So yeah, so I got little bits and bobs. I didn't get a great deal. I don't really do like Christmas in my family is for kids. You know, my mum always gets me something nice. But like, you know, get the kids stuff. I got my kids. I don't have kids. I got my niece and nephew, which aren't my kids. My niece and nephew. Wrong word. I 3D printed them some Labyrinth money boxes. I don't know if you guys you probably haven't seen these, but let me show you. Let me see if I can find a picture. So I gave them some money, and I 3D printed a little money box.
Hey everyone, Christmas.
There we go. So it's like a little money box with like a groove in it, and it's like a labyrinth, so they have to unlock it by like following the maze. So that was really fun. But yeah, so I've definitely been busy, clearly. It's really easy to shut it, but opening it is another story. But they loved it, which is great. So yeah, so you give it them like that, put 20 quid inside or whatever, and then you have to like follow the labyrinth to unlock it, and you can't just pull it, which is really fun. But yeah, I've lost where I am now. It's all gone. It's gone. I've lost the chat. Good morning, Hilloth. Where are we? Mikey, when you don't do present, you always get us something good. I did actually. I got her. So there's a YouTuber we watch called Will and E. Basically, he did like a merch drop, and she really wanted the jacket, and we both tried to get one at the same time, but I was trying to get one for her. So I ended up getting her a jacket. So I didn't. It's like she got me a cool art print. I got her a hoodie she really wanted. So we didn't do presents. So don't worry. I'm exactly that. What are some of your plans for 2021 with the channel? Well, it's been quite interesting because the problem we've had this year is like this year has been really good for the channel because we've actually grown like we've nearly doubled in size, because we started the year with just over 10,000 subscribers. Now we're literally about to hit 20,000 in a day or two. But if you're not subscribed on YouTube, then you should subscribe right now. It doesn't cost you anything. youtube.com/Hellstormwargaming. So what I'm really hoping is we can get into a consistent schedule again, because during the summer, when people thought Rona was done, we had like a really consistent schedule of 2 battle reports a week. My plan in the next few weeks or the next few months is to get back to 2 40k battle reports every week, and then we're going to throw in some Age of Sigmar battle reports as well, so we're all painting Age of Sigmar armies at the same time. So we're going to be covering Age of Sigmar as well, but it's very difficult to like tell because of, you know, the pandemic. So yeah, basically I have like some ideas in mind that I'd like to do. I'd like to keep building on what we've already got, building this fantastic community that we have, because I absolutely love you guys. I love just sitting and talking to the camera. I always say that I'm going to stream for an hour, and I always overrun because I just love it so much. But yeah, so the plan is to bring a more consistent schedule, and Tom's going to be coming on camera a lot more as well, because he's editing a lot of the videos these days. He edits like probably half, if not more. So when Tom's playing a lot more, we're getting a more consistent schedule. We're hoping to bring, like, my plan is to give everyone in the team a job if they want one. So Tom is like going to be like, he's going to be an in-house editor. He'll be editing a lot of the videos. We'll be working together a lot more, and then we'll take it from there. So well, that's the plan, you know, consistent 40k schedule. The only thing that's stopping us now is Corona. So because like we can film legally, but it's like it's annoying, because it's like you legally can, but should you? You know, like anyone, like it's a workplace. I can have people here, we can film whenever we like, but should we be doing it all the time? And I'm like, no. So that's why I'm kind of spacing it out, which is why you've probably not seen as many battle reports from us recently, because it's like I'm thinking about the people who are coming to film. It's not fair on them, because they're inadvertently putting themselves in danger. They're putting me in danger at the same time. Well, I'm not like at risk or anything like that, and the people coming aren't at risk either. They're not vulnerable groups, but it's like we're not doing anything illegal, but are we part of the problem? It's one of those. It's very very difficult, you know. That's and Des, right, I'm gonna go ta-ta for now. Yeah, I'll be going off in any minute. I'm gonna be logging off. What it's worrying continuation of these fairly underwhelming box sets. Can't be too greedy. And the box sets are quite good, I think. The newest one's pretty decent. As I said, it's like I think the new one, it depends on the price obviously, but it's not a bad box set. Cheers, Lehman, appreciate it. Overall opinion on White Scars, really hope you guys hit 20k very soon. Greets from the Netherlands. Oh, cheers, JW. Yeah, they're really strong. Your list, the list you've wrote is really good. They're one of the strongest factions for sure. They struggle behind Blood Angels, and they probably struggle behind Space Wolves, just because they've got a 9th edition update, whereas White Scars haven't. So yeah, they're really good. Green screen record Elliot playing, reacting, and rolling dice and fake it. That is the safest way. But yeah, that's basically the issue we've got in a minute. It's like, we can film, but should we film? And it's like, what shirt is that? It's my Christmas one. It's our Christmas merchandise. Sadly, you can't buy it anymore. It might come back next year, but this is our merch drop for this month. We're not actually going to be having a merch drop in January. We're going to let everyone recover. And then we'll be doing a merch drop in February as well. Really proud of you for the channel growth this year. We appreciate it. Science Pie is very nice of you. Pleasure as always. Keep it on, Mikey. Safe. Looking forward to seeing what I'll be wearing next month. Yeah, we'll be doing the merch drop in February and then releasing them in March. Yeah, he's got a good outlook and take on 40k in general, like this channel. Thank you. I think I don't understand. I feel like that's a reply to someone else, and I'm not sure what that means. But I think I'm going to call it there, boys. It is 20 past. I've overrun by 20 minutes. I hope you all had a great time. I've had a fantastic time just sitting and chatting. I hope everyone, if I didn't already say it to you, if you missed it, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. I certainly did. I had a couple of days relaxing. I didn't do any editing for 2 days. That is the longest time I've not edited something for, which is very weird. Very, very weird. But I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm actually going to be filming most of this week. I've just been saying that about, is it right to film, and I'm filming 3 times this week. But it's Christmas, so everybody's off. So I hope your mum doesn't beat you too much. She is probably going to give me a crack right there for drinking in the morning. But it takes the edge off, you know. It's like coffee with, you know, it takes the edge off and gives you a kick. It's great. Cheers to the stream master clickbait death card crew. Appreciate it. Well, thank you very much everyone for tuning in. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you haven't already, please subscribe, because we are very, 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 very close to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love to hear before the end of the year, which is in like 4 days. So that's like less than 10 a day, you know. Easy peasy lemon subscriber. Have a great day everyone. I love you all, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one.